students in Prep 2, today we're going to study Lesson 7 in Unit 1 Algebra, Factorizing by completing perfect square. Firstly, let's remember the meaning of perfect square trinomial. The perfect square trinomial expression, which the first term is perfect square, which means it has square root, and the third term also is perfect square, and the middle term is positive or negative 2 by root the first by root the third. Let's take example. Y power 2 plus 6y plus 9. This is perfect square because the first term is perfect square whose square root is y, and the third term is also perfect square because its square root is 3 and the middle is 2 by 3 equals 6y. In this lesson you will have some expressions which are not perfect square, so we have to complete it to be in form of perfect square trinomial minus perfect square monomial. Perfect square trinomial, which means expression with 3 terms, and perfect square monomial, which means one perfect square term, which means also one term that has square root. To complete the square, you have to add and subtract the rule of middle term, which equals to 2 by root first by root the third. To understand that, let's take the first example. Example 1, factorize. Y power 4 plus 4. This expression were not studied before. It's not the difference between two squares, and also it's not the difference or the sum between two cubes. So we have to complete this to be perfect square. You have to add and subtract 2 by root the first by root the second. Second, because this expression consists of only 2 terms, but if you have 3 terms, 2 by root first by root third equal 2 by root the first y power 2 and root the 4 equal 2. 2 by 2 equal 4y power 2. So y power 4 plus 4 will still the same, and you have to add and subtract 4y power 2. The first 3 terms are perfect square trinomial minus 4y power 2, which is perfect square monomial. This is perfect square trinomial, which equals to square root the first, y power 2, you have plus, so we put plus, and square root the third, the root of 4 is 2, all of that power 2. You have minus, so we put minus. The root of 4 is 2, and the root of y power 2 is y, all of that to the power 2. Now you have difference between two squares. So to factorize it, root the first term, which is y power 2 plus 2 all to the power 2. So the root of the first term is y power 2 plus 2, and the root of the second term is 2y, and one bracket will have plus and the other will have minus. Y power 4 plus 64. 2 by root first by root second. 2 by y power 2. Root of 64 is 8, so 2 by 8 equals 16 y power 2. Y power 4 plus 64, still the same, and add and subtract 16 y power 2. The first 3 terms are perfect square trinomial minus the perfect square monomial. Equal root the first, y power 2, you have plus, so put plus. The root of 64 is 8, all of that to the power 2, minus the root of 16 y power 2 is 4y, all to the power 2. Difference between two squares, so open 2 brackets. The root of the first term is y power 2 plus 8, and the root of the second term is 4y, one bracket plus and the other is minus. Example 2. Factorize the following. 4x power 4 plus y power 4. 2 by root first by root second. 2 by root the first 2x power 2 and root the second y power 2. 2 by 2 equal 4x x power 2 y power 2. 4x power 4 plus y power 4 still the same, and add and subtract 4x power 2 y power 2. The first three terms is perfect square trinomial minus the perfect square monomial. Root the first 2x power 2 plus root the third y power 2, all of that to the power 2, minus root 4x power 2 y power 2, 2x y all to the power 2. Now it's difference between two squares, so root the first 2x power 2 plus y power 2 and root the second 2x y, one bracket is plus and the other is minus. Number 2, 81x power 4 plus 4y power 4. Root the first 9x power 2 and root the second 2y power 2. So 2 by 9 by 2 equal 36 x power 2 y power 2. Add and subtract 36 x power 2 y power 2. The first three terms is perfect square trinomial minus the perfect square monomial. The root of 81 x power 4 is 9x power 2. And you have plus, so we put plus. The root of 4y power 4 is 2y power 2, all to the power 2. Minus the root of 36 is 6, and the root of x power 2 y power 2 is x y, all to the power 2. Now it's difference between two squares. So root the first term 9x power 2 plus 2y power 2 and root the second term, which is 6y, one bracket is plus and the other is minus. Example number 3, y power 4 plus 9 y power 2 plus 81. In this example you have three terms in your expression, but it's also not perfect square trinomial. So we have to add and subtract 2 by root first by root the third. 2 by root the first is y power 2, root the third is 9, so 2 by 9 equal 18y power 2. The expression will be the same. Add and subtract 18y power 2. Now you have 5 terms, so we will complete it like lesson of factorizing by grouping. The first group will be perfect square trinomial y power 4 plus 18y power 2 plus 81, and the remaining part will be in the second group 9y power 2 minus 18y power 2. Again you will take y power 4 and 81 and the term which we add 18y power 2, and the remaining part will be in the other group. 9y power 2 minus 18y power 2 equals negative 9y power 2. The answer of the first group is root the first y power 2, you have plus, so put plus. The root of 81 is 9, all to the power 2, minus, what's the square root of 9? 3. The square root of y power 2 is y, all to the power 2. We put minus because the answer is minus. Now you have difference between two squares, so y power 2 plus 9, the root of 3y all to the power 2 is 3y, one bracket is plus and the other will be minus.